If Leonardo DiCaprio has taught us anything, it's that a chick who is 25 is still dateable. But a chick who is 26 or older, well, she's a little long in the tooth. We're going live.
We'll do it live.
You're listening to the premier podcast for men who want to not only be better with women, but want to be better men in general. This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host, Paul Bauer.
Good morning, guys. It's Monday. I flubbed up that intro. That's okay. I just need more coffee. Good Lord. I love doing these Monday live streams. How the heck are you guys? You guys ready to start the week off right? Cool. Let's talk about these whammon, guys. Let's talk about these young whammon and these old whammon today. Before I get into it, check out what happened to me over the weekend, okay? I had this epic motorcycle ride planned with Nurse Chick, and let me just play this. What's up, guys? So, the original plan for today was to leave early and go on an epic motorcycle ride to Telluride with Nurse Chick today. So, it's a 2-hour ride, and I was like, you know what? Let's make sure that the air in the tires are good, and let's make sure the oil's good and stuff like that, right? And so I come out here, I check the tires on my bike, I check the oil, everything's good. I go to take the fucking, valve stem cap.
There goes the monetization.
Front tire, and it fucking rips off. The entire valve stem rips off. Like I Hulk rip it out because apparently I'm super strong like that. No, it was just all dry rotted. I don't know what the fuck was up. So guess what I had to do today? Instead of going on an epic bike ride, I had to replace Nurse Chick's fucking valve stem. If you guys have never had to do that on a bike, I never had either. It's not that hard. You just need a couple of really big fucking C-clamps to push the tire back. And then you can go to your local store and get new valve stems. And then get a valve stem tool to pull it through. And then it's not that hard, but what a fucking pain in the ass, man. We're still going to try to go on a ride. I don't think we're going to make it to Telluride today, though. One of the 7 P's of a dominant masculine presence is problem-solving skills. So yeah, I figured that out. I'd never done that before. Turns out all you got to do is get the C-clamp to basically squeeze the tire and squeeze that bead back. And then you can get to the back end of the valve stem and you can pop out the broken piece. And then you just got to thread a new one in and pull it through. It's easy peasy. And we did actually make it. We made it to Telluride. Here's a couple of pictures, right? Here's me. Nurse Chick took some pictures of me here. We've got, let's see here. We got this. Yeah, that's for her spank bank. She took that picture. She liked what I looked like from behind there. This is the lovely town of Telluride. The famous people live here. Famous people like Tom Cruise live here. Oprah Winfrey has a house up here. It's a pretty cool old cowboy town, but it's just, everything's high priced there. So yeah, that's what we had. That's what we did this weekend. We actually made it. The valve stem worked fine and it was a good repair. So overall success. Guys, let's talk about Leonardo DiCaprio, who, or guys like Leonardo DiCaprio, rather, that only date younger women. Why? Because they fucking can. That's why. We're not at the 8-minute mark, but my video already dropped a million F-bombs, so we're just gonna fucking go for it today. But guys, do please send super chats, okay? They can. That's fucking white. Guys, Nurse Chick, speaking of Nurse Chick, she leaves me these like little love notes every morning. And on the back of them, sometimes she puts a joke, right? This one is appropriate today. She says, what do all of Leonardo DiCaprio's jokes have in common? They never get old. Hey-oh. Okay. All right. That's that's a Nurse Chick joke. Guys, but Paul, what about the half your age plus 7 rule? You know, the rule that says that dating any woman more than half your age plus 7 is creepy. Where did that rule come from anyway? Anybody? Anybody know? Where did that rule come from anyway? Who created it? Why do you really think it's creepy? Do you really think it's creepy? Right? And do you think it's creepy because you heard this rule? What do you think, right? Is it creepy because of social programming? Maybe. What do you think? If she's over 18, she's a legal adult, right? She's old enough to vote, right? Can adult women not make decisions for themselves? Right? But Paul, her prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed yet. Well, then why are we letting them vote? Well, like, what? Come on. Like, what is it? What is it? Do women not have agency? What do you think out there, guys? Sound off in the chat. I personally think it was older women who created that arbitrary rule in the first place. Older women. Older women who were trying to stack the odds in their favor in a sexual marketplace where they can no longer compete. Because you know good and well that when those older women were those younger women, when they were younger, they were dating older dudes. You know it. They know it. You ain't fooling anybody, Susan. What do you think, though, guys? What do you think? What sound off in the chat today? And while you're doing that, do be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube. And then do sound off in the live chat today. Seems like there's quite a few people watching. There are a lot of people sounding off in the chat right now. I will go to those here in a minute. But that helps this just go by much smoother. Last week on Monday, I was basically talking to myself because it was a 3-day weekend and no one showed up. And guys, do please send super chats. Remember, I'm not a hot chick with boobs, so you guys don't send these $500 super chats. But I do have this if you guys send a super chat over $20.
Thank you for the super chats. Boobies bouncing, can't stop that. From the east to the west, you are the best. Keep those chats coming in, let's do it all again.
They support the show more than anything else. And if you guys only send super chats for tits, well, there you go. $20 or more will get you. I'll play that video again. Okay. So what made me want to do this episode? It was because of this tweet here where I joked about Leonardo DiCaprio's reputation, right? I was just making a joke. Let me share this one here. Yeah. So I shared this tweet here, right? And I said, how Leonardo DiCaprio sees women, right? 25 years old, super hot. 26 years old, well, they're just too old to date, right? But do you notice my sentence here? How Leonardo DiCaprio sees women. Do you hear any kind of judgment one way or the other? Am I saying he's bad for seeing women this way? Am I saying he's a player and he's awesome for seeing women this way? No, I just made a simple statement how Leonardo DiCaprio sees women, and people were losing their mind either way, right? We have a whole bunch of them here. What a simp post. 16 to 24 is peak fertility. You, sir, are a feminist. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, how is this a simp post? I made a statement, not a judgment, right? This guy says, makes sense to me. What's your problem? Like, why do you assume I have a problem, brother? Like, you guys are putting your emotionalism on this. Like, right? This guy says, but is he wrong? He's a strong, independent man. He got this. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Like, I mean, like, why do people have to impose their own emotionalism on a simple post like that? Why they it's like people want to be told how to feel about things, you know? And when you don't do it, they get mad, right? Let's see. His choice. He's not wrong. His choice. This man is a god amongst men, doing Leonardo dirty. Am I though? This guy here. What? Okay, stop that. No, stop. I don't want that. God bless. Hold on. Back. I did not want that. Okay, it says Leonardo is onto something. I'm done messing with women over 25 too. Why should I? I'm in good shape, well connected, red pilled, and make bank. The only thing going against me is my height, which I can't change, but I'm about to be ripped, so it won't matter. Yeah, I like that guy's philosophy there. Can't change the height, but you can work on your muscles, right? Let's see here. This person says it's not about looks. It never has been about looks. He knows women all the way up to his own age can be hot. It's about how easily they can be manipulated and controlled, right? That's the only reason why we date younger women, is because they're more easily manipulated, right? Oh man, let's see here. The girl is an adult willingly getting into this relationship, knowing his past and preferences, and she will have lifelong benefits as a result of the relationship, even when it ends. There have always been women that plainly and obviously pick men for money and status. Yeah. Right? So it's like, I don't know. A lot of people had some comments in there, but I never said one way or the other, like what my opinion is. We'll get into that today though. But that's what started. That's what gave me this idea. And what I thought was funny, were that people were adding their own emotionalism to the tweet. Never said what my opinion is, but my opinion is this: good for Leo. Good for Leo, right? Now, when I was out dating, I personally followed the half my age plus 7 rule, right? At my age, it's still a pretty decent age gap. Okay. And as you get older, that age gap gets wider. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. One of my clients is in his 60s, and I was pointing out the half your age plus 7 rule. I was like, if you want to try to get girls, in their early 20s, like, go for it, man. Go for it. But don't feel like you have to, because the space says, oh, women who are 25 or younger, like, that's prime fertility age. Cause I'm like, you're 60 years old. Like, are you trying to have kids? And he's like, no. And it's like, well, fuck it. Like, who cares then? Right? Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like, there's plenty of chicks that are in their, especially if you're in your 60s, right? There's lots of chicks in their late 30s that are still attractive. There's chicks in their 40s that are still attractive. And if you're in your 60s and you're dating a chick in her 40s, like, that's a chick that's probably 20 years you're younger. Like, that's still a pretty decent age gap. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing, right? Now, nurse chick falls in the half my age plus 7 rule. She's 9 years younger than me. Okay. 9 years younger. When I was joining the US Navy, nurse chick had just turned 10 years old. Right. Now when you say things like that, that sounds creepy, right? But it wasn't like I was chasing after her at 10. I didn't even know her back then, right? I knew her when she was a full-grown adult woman who can make her own decisions. Okay. But the reason why I found that the rule worked for me, right? And you gotta do what works for you. Okay. I'm not telling you should follow that rule, right? But it worked for me. And what I found was that conversations with women younger than me to be rather dull. Many of them didn't have kids yet and wanted families, and I didn't want that. I already have kids. I'm not trying to do that. I had surgery to make sure that I can't have kids anymore. So those chicks could only be plates anyway. And I didn't want to waste their time or mine. right? If their ultimate end goal was to get married, have kids someday, I didn't want to waste their time, you know? So that's just me though, right? Some of you guys don't care about that. That's whatever, like no judgment, right? Sometimes these chicks just want to have fun too. That's cool too. Right? Most of them do. Most of them just want to have fun too. But I also didn't want to get their hopes up, because everybody wants all this. They all want all this, right? Okay. All that being said, you will never hear me tell anyone that they should follow that rule. Okay. I'll never say that. The word should is the beginning of manipulation, right? Whenever anyone says you should be doing something, your manipulation antenna needs to go up. Okay. What I will say, and this is my opinion on it, if you could pull younger, okay, and you prefer younger, then fucking do it. Okay? Fucking do it. All right. The only thing I would recommend is that you make sure that she's of legal age. Okay? You don't want to go to prison. All right? You don't want to go to prison. Like, let's be smart here. What do we have? We have a whole bunch of guys here in the chat. Let's see here. Most of these guys are beer club guys. Nurse Chick's in the chat. She says, good morning, chat. Donzer says, let's fucking go. David is in the chat. He says, I'm here today. I'm actually here today. Hey, I'm glad to have you. Mike says, don't get a case of the Mondays, guys. Monday starts with an M for money. Go out and get it. David says, I'm driving, so I can't type. Well, how'd you type that one? That's that's exactly what Mike asked. How'd you type that? Let's see here. Mike says, perfect shirt for today. He's talking about my leg rest shirt for you guys that are listening on the audio version. Let's see here. Mike says, if she's 18, we are go for launch, Houston. And Space Potato says this shirt's a creepy shirt, man. What the fuck? Yeah. You know who got me this shirt, guys? Nurse Chick. My girlfriend got me this shirt. I think Space Potato, I think they're unhappy. Yes, might as well have had a shirt that says creep. All right, we won't give Space Potato any more time here. Let's see here. The Plumber Speak says, I tell women that get the ick over this, would you pay full price for a half-eaten steak? You can't be logical with these women, right? Yeah, Mike says, we all live vicariously through Leo. And then Plumber Speak says, is Leo licking all the ice cream? Damn, save some for us. Oh, let's see here. Deeper Current says, good day from the middle of nowhere. He's down under. He's down under. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. And then we just have Space Potato. Just being a troll in the comments. Okay. Just keep chatting, okay? Because that boosts us in the algorithm, Space Potato. So yeah, guys, before we get too far into this, do follow me on social media. The links are in the description. And get on the email list, guys. list.comeonmanpod.com. I'll send you some free stickers, including this new one here that says, girl, you know I'm a bad boy, right? If you don't want the stickers, that's cool. Just put don't want stickers in the address field, and I won't waste a stamp on you, but you do get a PDF with 20 dating app openers that are guaranteed to capture a woman's attention in the first 7 words, which is important because when women use dating apps, they are matching with everybody and they are just filtering out all their options. And one of the ways they're doing that is by looking at opening messages in the preview pane. And if you say something, the preview pane is about 7 words, which is why the openers are guaranteed to capture her attention in the first 7 words. She looks at that and goes, oh, that's clever. Then she goes and looks at your pictures. So if your pictures are trash, she's not going to talk to you. If your pictures are good, she's going to look at your bio. If your bio is negative, she's not going to talk to you, right? So as long as your opener's good, your pictures are good, your bio's good, she's going to go, okay, I'm going to engage with this guy. That's how that works, okay? Guys are trying to match with every chick and create a connection with every chick on a dating app, and chicks are just filtering out all their options. So you got to set yourself apart with that. And then you also get a free chapter of my book when you sign up for the email list. And that book is books.comeonmanpod.com. Or I'm sorry, you can get it at books.comeonmanpod.com. The book is called Everything I Wish I Knew When I Was 18. It's available on Amazon and Audible. And so if you guys have an Audible subscription, use your next credit on the book. It was narrated by R.P. Thor. If you guys have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, use your next credit on the book. All right. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back to the topic at hand today. Life is a journey filled with twists and turns. Why is it that essential life lessons aren't taught in school? You probably know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but do you know how to invest in a Roth IRA? We're not taught to build ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. The roadmap to success is more than just a college degree. You don't have to follow the traditional route. Success isn't confined to a classroom. It's about discovering your own path. You ever wish that someone handed you a guidebook to life when you were 18? Well, it's never too late to rewrite your story. Everything I Wish I Knew When I Was 18. Advice for young men to create a great life for themselves. This book is your compass, guiding you to pick the right career, how to invest wisely, and how to prepare for a fulfilling future. To take control of your health and your fitness. Learn how to date efficiently and find genuine desire. And master the art of leading healthy relationships. Your path is defined by the choices you make, not by others' expectations. Don't wait until you're 35 to unlock your potential. Order your copy now on Amazon. Rewrite your story. Build the life you deserve. Guys, do get the book on Amazon. I also I just sold the second to the last copy of the special edition, like the physical special edition, autograph copy. And so I only have one left in existence. There's not going to be any more after that. So if you guys go to comeonmanpod.gumroad.com, you can go to the autograph book section, and you guys can pick up the last copy of that in existence. Okay. There's not going to be any more after that. Okay, so guys, let's get back to Leonardo DiCaprio. Where did this all come from, right? The whole idea that after 25, Leo dumps him. He dumps all the chicks after 25. Well, it came from this chart. Let me see here. Yeah, it came from this chart. This actually was created by a Redditor back in 2020. Was it 2021? This came out on Reddit, right? And someone put all this data together. Like, there's some fucking nerds out there. Like, some of you guys are fucking nerds to put this kind of shit together, right? But they were looking at all of his girlfriends up until 2019 at this point, right? So at this point, these are all of his public girlfriends. And these aren't, flings or anything like that. These are like his known steady girlfriends, right? And at this point, between 1998 and 2019, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 relationships, and none of them stayed with him past the age of 25. He traded them all in before they turned 26, right? So some of these, he got rid of them at 21, some of them at 22, some of them at 23, but none of them made it past 25, right? So that's where this whole Leonardo DiCaprio, where that meme came from for the thumbnail, where it's at 25, they're hot, and at 26, they're old as hell, right? He trades them in, right? So that's where that came from. So who's Leonardo currently with? Who's his current girlfriend? Apparently, he's with a woman named Vittoria Soretti. Let me share this article here. Right? We need to talk about Leonardo DiCaprio, according to Ray Alexandria from KQED. I don't know what website this is, right? It says Twitter raised a collective eyebrow earlier this week when photos emerged of 48-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, wait a second. Let's see. That's not his current girlfriend. That's not the. Is that not the right one here? Let's see here. Make sure I have the right article. Is it the right article? No. Let me share this one here. Let's present. Stop that. I had the wrong article up, guys. Here we go. This is his current girlfriend right here. Vittoria Soretti, Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend. This was in May 18th, 2024. Okay. So in August, Leonardo DiCaprio was seen with Italian model Vittoria Soretti, despite rumors of a potential relationship with model, is it Gigi Hadid? How do you pronounce that? Gigi Hadid? Over the past year, new rumors started about Soretti this summer when she was seen on a yacht with DiCaprio and other models, Megan Roach and Iman Hammam. Here's everything to know about the 25-year-old fashionista and her romance with DiCaprio so far. She's 25, guys. That means she's not going to be here much longer, right? Who is she? Soretti has been modeling since she was 14 and is well known on the runway. She has modeled for campaigns with designers like Alexander McQueen, Versace, was it Miu Miu, Balenciaga, and Gucci. Mike still probably is familiar with all these labels. I don't know what any of these are. Soretti has quite a social media following with 1.5 million followers on Instagram. The model has been married to Italian DJ Matteo Maleri. Their wedding was in 2020, and she's believed to be separated from her husband. She's also acquaintances with his Hadid, even appearing with her on the cover of Vogue. So she's already 25. Mike says it's pronounced Gigi. Okay. All right. See, I don't know any of this stuff. We don't have these fancy names out here in the cow pasture. Okay. All right. So that was, you know what's funny? I did skip ahead here. I did have this article up before I was supposed to go to that. So, okay. That original chart was in 2021. Man, Paul, you are messing up today, bro. Let's get our notes in order here. Okay. So that was back in 2021, that original image, right? The image showing that the that he gets rid of them all before 25. This article came up last year, which created quite the buzz because all of a sudden people were like, oh my God, Leonardo DiCaprio's with a 19-year-old. He's with a 19-year-old. Oh my God, right? 19-year-old French model named Eden Polani, right? No one was surprised, of course, but assumptions about what was happening quickly spread online. The age gap between DiCaprio and Polani is similar to the one between Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. So Pedro Pascal, the actor who's in The Mandalorian, right? He's 47 and his wife is 19. From The Last of Us, people pointed out, let's see, it's also similar to the one between David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown, 47 and 18 from Stranger Things. Oh, did David Harbour date Millie Bobby Brown? Did they date? Holy crap. That's creepy, right? That is creepy because they started off on the set together and she I think it was before she was 18, or maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was already 18. I don't know. Maybe it's not as creepy as I think. Wouldn't we all be uncomfortable if either of these duos became couples? The short answer is hell yes, we would. And not just because the women in question are still young enough to play underage people on television or that those men play their guardians. On Wednesday, per TMZ, a source close to DiCaprio denied that he's dating Polani. As if to prove this, TMZ noted that DiCaprio has also recently been linked with 23-year-old model Victoria Lamas and has been photographed on a yacht with a group of young models. It's not terribly surprising that the public jumped to conclusions about DiCaprio and Polani, given how he's been behaving. He's been behaving for literally decades, they said. Oh, man. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to point out with that article, let me go back to it. One thing I wanted to point out with that article is, let's see here. So they show that chart. That's where I got that chart. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Okay. So what the graph doesn't include are the many flings he had with models in the 90s. Everyone was the same age. It's fine. Or more recently, the end of DiCaprio's relationship with Camilla Moroni. The couple lasted 4 years. It came to an end 3 months after the model turned, you've guessed it, 25. Incidentally, DiCaprio and Nina Agdal broke up 2 months after her 25th birthday. He and Kelly Rohrbach split a month after she hit that milestone too. Bar Raffaelli made it 4 months. So what I wanted to point out here is Nina Agdal was with Leonardo DiCaprio, and now she's engaged with Logan Paul. Right? And then that guy that Logan Paul was going to box or whatever kept showing all the pictures of all of her past boyfriends and stuff just to point out like what a sleut she is. Anyway, we're going to get this on track today, guys. We're going to get back to we're going to get this back in order here. But before we do that, guys, join the beer club, beer.comeonmanpod.com. It's a men's group. It's for men only. It's a very active community. The Telegram community is just always going off. Everyone's in there swapping notes. This morning, guys were swapping notes about what cologne to wear, which was an interesting discussion because my man Mike Steele in the chat there, he's very classy. He's a very classy dude. I went and hung out with him in Vegas once, and he took Nurse Chick and I to a really fancy steakhouse, and we met up with Cappy and his girlfriend there. A really nice place. Mike's always well dressed. He's a very snappy dresser. His decor in his house is like pristine, right? And he was talking in the chat about what he referred to as a daily driver and a play cologne, right? So daily driver is you're less expensive. You wear it to work. You're not trying to impress anybody. You just want to smell decent, right? But when you go out on dates, you want to wear something fancy. That was what he was arguing. I could see that makes perfect sense, right? We have discussions like this, you know. If you guys are trying to figure out what kind of colognes to wear, we have discussions like this. We have discussions about working out. We have discussions on books, what books we're all reading. We have a guy in there that's working on his frame right now. He's been having problems with his girlfriend, and it's clear that he needs to fix his frame, right? He needs to do some frame work. He needs to work on handling shit tests better. So we're all helping him with that kind of stuff. If you need help with that kind of stuff, join a group of bros that you can swap notes with. All right. And then we also get together once a month and have a video call and just shoot the shit about guy stuff. Okay. But it's a excellent community for guys. It's a huge value, and it's only $10 a month. Right. And then if you guys want to work with me directly, you can. I do have a couple of seats available. If you go to coaching.comeonmanpod.com, you can work with me directly. We probably won't be talking about Leonardo DiCaprio shit on coaching calls though. Like this is just a throwaway episode. I'm just having fun today. So do you guys think these women stick around guys like Leonardo because he has good game, frame, and muscles? Right? We're all supposed to work on muscles, money, game, and frame, right? Do you think that they're hanging out with Leonardo because of his game, frame, and muscles? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think this is one of those 19-year-old chicks, right? And allegedly they weren't in any kind of relationship. I don't know. His hand's right there by her butt, but he's not like gripping it. He's not gripping her ass like I would Nurse Chick's ass, right? I would get a good handful of that. You know what I mean? He's not doing that there. But man, look at that beer gut. Look at that beer gut, guys. Do you think that they're with Leonardo because of his game, frame, and muscles? I don't know. What do you guys think? Sound off in the chat about that. Who's Leonardo's current girlfriend? We talked about that. Is Vittoria Soretti, right? She's already 25, and he's going to probably be getting rid of her soon. You know, another rich guy who was recently making the rounds on Twitter, guys. Another rich guy was recently making the rounds on Twitter was this guy. I saw this tweet on Rich Cooper's timeline, right? Raiders owner Mark Davis, 70, is expecting a child with his girlfriend, Hayden Hopkins, who's 26 years old. Only a guy with a lot of money would get a chick like with a haircut like that, right? Look at that haircut. Look at that haircut. What's up with these rich guys and haircuts like this? You know, it's like it's almost like you could tell that his hairline goes to the middle of the top of his head here. Right? So he's trying to comb it down. And then is he using a Flowbee or something? Is he cutting it himself? That's fucking weird, bro. That's weird. But allegedly, Raiders owner Mark Davis, 70 years old, expecting a child with his girlfriend, Hayden Hopkins. That was going around Twitter. Apparently, that's not true, though. Apparently, that's not true. Let's see here. We have this article from TMZ that shut that down. Right? Hayden Hopkins is expecting a child with Joey Gallo, not Mark Davis, right? So this baseball player, goddamn ads. The woman rumored to be expecting a child with Las Vegas Raiders owner Mark Davis is actually welcoming a baby with MLB player Joey Gallo. TMZ Sports has learned. The erroneous report were made over the weekend with several irresponsible NFL social media accounts assuming Hayden Hopkins, who was spotted alongside the team owner at a game in 2022, was pregnant with his first kid. So this is why they thought they were together, right? Because they were seen in public together, right? We got down to the bottom of things, and as it turns out, there is still a sports connection to Hopkins' future baby, not what was previously indicated. We're told the child belongs to Gallo, a current member of the Washington Nationals, and it was a planned pregnancy. All right. So it wasn't that apparently that's not true. Apparently that wasn't true at all, but I thought it was funny because everyone, like, the whole thing was like Rich Cooper was like, do you think she's with him for, his looks? And then I think Paul Benjamin made a joke about that too. He's like, there's a direct correlation between how much money you can make and what kind of a bad haircut you can have and the hotter the chick that you can have, right? You know who I never hear anyone complaining about, though, guys? I never hear anyone complaining about maybe, I don't know. Have you guys heard anyone complain about this one? I never hear anyone complain about my man, Al Pacino. Al Pacino's girlfriend, Noor Alfala, right? She's much younger. Okay, this ad is trying to pop up here, and it won't close. So Al Pacino's girlfriend, she is 30, right? And Al Pacino is 83. Okay, and they just had a child like last year, right? Al Pacino is 83 and he just had a kid with a 30-year-old chick. Look at them. Don't they look happy together? They look great. But I never hear people complaining about Al Pacino, right? I only hear people complaining about Leonardo DiCaprio, and that's because he ditches these chicks after they turn 25, right? But do you think that the reason why is because she's in her 30s, right? She's 30 years old, right? She's 30 and he's 83. That's a 53-year-old difference. 53-year difference. And Leonardo with a 25-year-old, because he's like 48, 49 or something like that. So that's a 23-year difference. Everyone's mad about that, but they're not mad about Al Pacino and a 53-year difference, right? Leonardo, right? If he does get with a 19-year-old, which he's been rumored to have been with in the past, that's only a 29-year difference, right? Compared to Pacino's 53-year difference. So where's the outrage for Pacino? Where's the outrage? Is it because his girl is 30 and she's got a developed prefrontal cortex? Is that what it is? Who here, right? Sound off in the chat. Who here thinks that Pacino's girl is only in it for the money? Because I personally think that Pacino probably has some riz too, right? Pacino's got the riz, you know? Leonardo, like back in his younger days, right? When he was on Titanic and when he was in Romeo and Juliet, like he was a heartthrob, you know? Like he was on the cover of all the teen magazines and stuff like that. But now, like Leonardo's a dork, right? He's a total dork now, right? But Pacino's still got that riz, I think. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? This is going to be a short episode today, guys. So the moral of the story for today is if you could pull younger, hotter, tighter, and you want younger, hotter, tighter, then do it, bro. Then do it. Right? Learn the skills to do it. Okay? Thinking you can't do it is a self-limiting belief. People telling you that you shouldn't are just using shaming tactics to guilt you, which is just a form of manipulation. Right? Those are like, oh, you just want these younger women because you can manipulate them. Well, that shaming tactic by itself is a form of manipulation. I'll tell you this though, right? If you don't want a younger, hotter, tighter chick to just use you for your money, like I guarantee almost all these chicks are just using these rich guys for their money. Don't lead with your wallet, right? Don't lead with your wallet. Invite them out to drinks only. Keep initial dates lower investment. Also understand that just being an older guy by itself doesn't make you more attractive to these younger chicks, unless they're trying to use you for your money, right? You can attract anyone that you want, right? Any kind of girl that you want, that you have your mind set on. You can attract any kind of girl you want, but you must first become the kind of guy that would attract a girl like that, you know? And so you got to think about that. If you're fat and overweight, why would a younger, hotter, tighter chick want to get with you? Unless you had a lot of money. And in which case, do you really want a chick that only wants you for your money? You know, you got to think about this kind of stuff. But if you are an older guy and you stay fit and you exercise a lot, you have a lot of vitality, you still go out and do fun stuff. Like younger chicks still like to go out and have fun and stuff like that, right? You got to think about this kind of stuff. I did that whole episode on Friday, right? On building a life that will attract people naturally. Okay. Go check that out. And then also, guys, be your own mental point of origin. Be your own mental point of origin here, right? Do what makes you happy. Okay. Don't worry about what other people think about your younger, hotter, tighter girlfriend, because they're just jealous. They're just jealous, right? And the only major recommendation I have is just make sure that you do everything within the confines of the law, because you don't want to go to jail. Right? All right. Let's see here. What do people say about, let's see. What do people say? Jerry Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old. Yeah. Oh yeah. People were upset about that. I remember that. People were upset about that. Plumber says money and status. And when he dies, she gets control of all of his money. Yeah, okay. Fair. And then Mike says, yeah, Pacino got game. Right. Online money says just get famous, guys. Get famous, get rich, get super rich, and that's how you're going to get the younger chicks. That's self-limiting belief, guys. That's self-limiting belief. Let's see here. Pacino knows, but he's okay with it. Oh, as far as like she's going to take all of his assets. All right. We'll go ahead and we're going to end a little bit early today, guys. No super chats. I'm disappointed. You guys didn't want to see the titties?
Thank you for the super chats. We'll be bouncing, can't stop that. From the east to the west, you are the best. Keep those chats coming in, let's do it all again.
You guys didn't want to see the titties, huh? You guys make me pull those out last minute to try to get to try to get some nickels. How dare you? How dare you guys? All right, guys. Tune into the podcast on Wednesday. I'm going to be going over some old Roosh V posts about how smartphones and social media are destroying women's ability to love. And these were written back in 2012 and 2018. How are things now, guys? How are things now? Any better? Any worse? Let's talk about that on Wednesday. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. Please like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks for everyone that started off in the live chat today. I appreciate it. It's not too late to send a super chat, guys, so please send a super chat. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. I'll send you a bunch of free stuff, including a free chapter of my book, Everything I Wish I Knew When I Was 18, which is available on Amazon and on Audible and in Kindle edition. Guys, join the beer club, beer.comeonmanpod.com. It's a good group of dudes, and it's just a very active Telegram group where we are constantly in there swapping notes, and we also have the best memes. We have the best memes in there. And then, guys, coaching is available. If you go to coaching.comeonmanpod.com, you can book a free call with me, see if working with me one-on-one is right for you. And I think that's pretty much it. Anything else here in the chat? Nope. All right. We will see you guys on Wednesday.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. New full episodes served hot every Monday morning on your favorite podcast platform of choice. So subscribe now. Follow Paul on social media. The links are in the description. Now, go out and get it.